During his summer holidays, a young boy visited his grandfather's home in the countryside. The old man, wise and kind, always made time to play with his grandson, telling him stories about life, nature, and the things that truly mattered. One bright afternoon, as they sat under the shade of a large oak tree, the boy looked at his grandfather and asked a question that had been on his mind for a while. "Grandpa," the boy said, "when I grow up, I want to be successful. Can you tell me some ways to be successful?" The old man smiled gently and nodded. "I'll tell you, but first, let's take a little walk." The boy followed his grandfather to the nearby nursery, where the old man picked up two small plants, each in a tiny pot. "We'll plant these," Grandpa said, "and I'll show you something that might help you understand success a bit better." They walked back home, and Grandpa carefully planted one of the little trees inside the house in a pot, while he planted the other outside in the open ground. After finishing, he looked at his grandson and asked, "Which one do you think will grow better?" The boy thought for a moment, looking at the two plants. The plant inside the house, he thought, would surely do better. It was protected from any dangers like storms, intense sunlight, or animals. It was safe. "I think the plant inside the house will grow better," the boy said confidently. "It's safer from all the dangers outside." Grandpa nodded but didn't say much. "Let's wait and see what happens," he said. The boy left with his parents a few days later, and as the years passed, he grew and learned more about the world around him. 4 years later, he returned to visit his grandfather once again. The boy, now older, had more questions, and the first thing he wanted to ask was about success. "Grandpa," the boy said, "when I was younger, I asked you how to become successful, but you didn't really tell me. Now I want to know. Please, can you tell me how to be successful?" Grandpa smiled warmly, his eyes twinkling with a knowing look. "Of course, my boy. But before I tell you, let's take a look at something." He led the boy to the garden, where the plants from years ago had grown. First, they came to the one inside the house. It had indeed grown well, now standing as a small tree in its pot. Then, they walked to the plant outside. The outside plant had transformed beyond recognition. It was now a huge tree, its branches stretching out wide, offering shade to anyone who passed by. Its leaves rustled softly in the wind, and the boy marveled at how strong and grand it had become. Grandpa looked at the boy with a wise smile. "Which one do you think grew better?" he asked. The boy looked at the two trees and thought carefully. "The tree outside," he said after a moment. "It's so big and strong." "But Grandpa, how did it get this way? Didn't it face many dangers, like storms and harsh sunlight?" Grandpa chuckled softly. "Ah, yes. The plant outside did face many challenges. Strong winds, harsh sun, storms, it went through it all. But those very challenges helped it grow strong. You see, the plant inside the house was safe, yes, but it didn't have to face any hardships. It couldn't spread its roots freely. It grew, but it wasn't as strong as the one outside." The boy listened carefully, trying to understand. "The plant outside," Grandpa continued, "had to deal with the storms and the harsh conditions. But those struggles made it tougher. The winds made its roots dig deeper into the ground, and the harsh sunlight made it learn to stretch and reach for the sky. Over time, it became a strong tree, capable of withstanding anything. It grew far and wide, offering shade and shelter to those who needed it." The boy's eyes widened. "So, you're saying that the difficulties it faced helped it grow stronger?" "Exactly," Grandpa said. "And that's a lesson for you, too. Life will always have obstacles, my boy. There will be storms and challenges, things that seem like they might knock you down. But you have to face them. Don't shy away from the difficult things. Those challenges are the ones that will help you grow into a strong person. If you always choose the easy, comfortable path, you will never be able to grow as you could. It's the tough times that shape you, that make you stronger, wiser, and more capable." The boy stood there, taking in his grandfather's words. He looked at the huge tree again, its branches spreading wide, its roots firmly planted in the ground. "Grandpa," the boy said quietly, "I think I understand now. Life isn't about avoiding problems. It's about facing them, learning from them, and using them to grow stronger." Grandpa nodded. "Exactly. If you always make safe, comfortable choices, you might avoid trouble, but you also avoid growth. The most successful people are the ones who face the storms head-on, who keep pushing forward even when things get tough. The problems you face will make you stronger, just like the tree outside. They will shape you into someone who can withstand anything life throws at you." The boy smiled, feeling a deep sense of understanding. He knew that from that moment on, he would never look at challenges the same way again. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, he would see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become better. As the boy left his grandfather's house later that day, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that life was full of ups and downs, but it was those very ups and downs that would shape him into a strong, successful person. And no matter what storms came his way, he would face them with courage, knowing that each one would make him even stronger. And so, the boy walked forward into his life, ready to take on whatever came his way, understanding that success wasn't just about avoiding challenges, it was about embracing them, learning from them, and using them to grow.